Hello and welcome back. So let's create a database now. So I'm going to go to my browser here and navigate to localhost OOP. And of course, the index page should automatically be loaded, which is that right there. So let's keep that in the back of our head while we go to the database. So I'm going to navigate to localhost PHP my admin, and then I'm going to create new. Actually, there's already OOPDB there, but in case you don't have that, just come here and type OOPDB like that and hit create. So I must have created one right here. Okay, and there's actually a users table. So in the interest of having to do this from scratch, I'm going to delete this existing table, but let me see what's in there. Okay, so there's a username, email, password, gender, the usual stuff. So let me just delete that real quick. So I will drop this table so we can start from Adam. All right, so click on the OOPDB and then let's create a users table. This is the only table we are going to actually need. So I'll click OK. It's okay to add more than the required number of columns because you can just leave them empty if you don't use them. So click there. So let's add the first one, ID. We do need the ID, otherwise we can't read from the database. We need that primary key. So the next one is going to be username, yes, email, and then we're going to have a password, and for now we'll use this ID for identification of a user, so I'll leave it there. And we'll need a date excuse me, to know when the user actually signed up, and we may need a gender, so let me replace this with gender and then put finally date at the very end. We can add more columns later if need be. So in the ID can be int is just okay. Let's go to username because int you can't really exhaust this number, it's quite large. Username, variable character, email, variable character, password, same thing, variable character, and then gender, same thing. Date, obviously we're going to add date time. So these others require a value to be added here so that we know what's the maximum allowed characters. So I'll allow a 20 for username, I'll allow 100 for email, I will allow a 64 for password. Gender, I think the highest number of characters in gender is female, so I will allow 6. We don't need that for date. Let's click auto increment and primary key and hit go. All right, it feels like something on my throat. All right, so username, anything we're going to be using to search in this database is going to need an index. So if you're going to try to search for users using their name, their username, then you will need an index there. So let's add one. Let's add one for email because we will need that when logging in. And let's add none for a password because we will never need to search using a password. We may need to know how many females and males are there, so we can use gender. And sometimes we may need to know when people signed up, so we'll need that date. So I'll click that there. Okay. Now, if there are any columns that you can do without, let's say, for example, you had an address column in here. You don't expect somebody to fill in that portion of the information when they're signing up, unless you do, that is. So if it may be left, empty when during the addition of a row, then you might want to add to make sure that no says no here. I'm surprised that it says, oh yeah, it says no, it should say yes. So if, for example, you have a address, like I had said, so you can go to change and then just make sure that you tick this no here to make sure that it can accept an empty value. Otherwise, you may have problems. Okay, so that looks like a good table. Now I just want us to add a few, let's add one row just for the sake of reading from the database. We'll add the normal row during sign up, but for now let's just click the insert tab here, and I just want to add a few things here. So I'll say John, for example, and say John at mail.com, and just some mumbo jumbo mail, and it will add the current date. So let's hit go. So this is the query that created our record. Let's go to browse, and there we go. So this is just for testing purposes because I want to test the database reading capabilities here. So that's why I have added this row right there. And I will add another one so that we can test the feature for selecting by ID. So you need at least 2 records here. So let's add one more and say Mary at yahoo.com, and some gibberish, and let's say female, and let me hit the go. Alrighty, that's the query, and that's the browse button right there. Okay, so very good. We now have 2 records in here ready to be used by our system. Okay, so in the next video, we'll look at how we can implement that system to read from the database.